My name's Caroline Williams and I'm a teacher at Impact Education. I teach GCSE English, Citizenship and BTEC Sport. And I mainly teach Year 11s and also some Year 10s. My days just mix, really variety. Monday, Tuesday is my GCSE English and Citizenship groups and they're all geared towards exams now, so they're very busy. Quite a large group for the company I work for. Wednesday, BTEC Sport and some more Citizenship in the afternoon. Thursday's my day for like planning and meeting with other teachers. The learners here, we have Key Stage 3, Key Stage 4, which is a little bit teacher talk. So Key Stage 3 is like up to 14, so 12, 13, 14. And then Key Stage 4 is the Year 10 and 11, so they're like 15, 16. They come from all over really. Our main provider is Albury College of Sport in Albury, but we have a lot from them. But we're also getting kids now from Dudley and Wolverhampton and West Brom in this area. So they get sent to us when mainstream isn't right for them or mainstream can't cope with them. So it's like emotional, behavioural problems. I got into teaching because I was working for a company that did a lot of work for Connections, so it's a lot of youth work. And they were a private company and the funding stopped, so I was there for a couple of years. And then they had to make redundancies, there wasn't enough funding for the projects we were doing. So that was like a kickstart, that changed everything. So I went into a school as a mentor. So I was mentoring like behaviour and emotional difficulties and going into classes. And I did that for 4 years, all in all, but for 1 year I just did that and then I asked my boss if I could go and do a degree because I thought I wanted to teach. So that's how I got into teaching, because I was in a school and I was observing lots and lots of classes and teachers. So I did my degree and then I did my teacher training. And my training was at Winson Green Prison, which was an eye-opener. That was my first teaching job. So I did that for 3 months and then I thought I need something else to compare this to. Obviously I'd worked in a school as well, but I didn't want to work in mainstream. I don't like that kind of the way it is, the setup with some of the kids. So I went to then teach at Trinity Training in Wolverhampton, which was 16 to 21 year olds. And they're like called NEETs, so they weren't in employment, in education or doing any training. So they'd come to us for their functional skills, numeracy, literacy, personal development again, and we tried to get them apprenticeship places. That was really good. So that was the rest of my training, and they offered me a full-time job. But it was in Wolverhampton, and it wasn't really the salary I was looking for, because I wanted to teach a core subject like GCSE or A-level. I didn't want to do that kind of functional skills. So I accepted the job, and then there was an advert and I got a call from an agency to come here for an interview. And so I came here and it was GCSE English and the Citizenship. And I was only offered 10 hours because this is my 3rd year with Impact, because they were smaller then, they've grown every year. And I was thinking 10 hours, oh. But then she did say, I cannot guarantee it, but in about a month, 6 weeks, you will probably get more hours. She said, but I just can't say 100%. So I had to weigh up then, full-time job or this one. So basically I plumped for it and it did happen. Within a month my hours doubled, so, and now obviously I'm full-time. So. Impact Education is an alternative provider. So there's also a PRU, I don't know if you've heard of a PRU. A PRU is a pupil referral unit. So some schools get the children that are having problems will send them straight to a PRU. A PRU won't do GCSEs. They'll give them work and they'll work on their personal development, but they don't get qualifications. So Jo and Terry's from a youth background and Jo's from education. She taught A-level English at Sandwell College. So they came together to form their business. And so we've got the educational side plus the youthy type side. And they decided to be this alternative provider that did offer GCSEs. And I don't think there's many. I think we're the only one in the Midlands. I don't think there's many at all in the country. And basically, the school will pay us to have their children. and the government obviously pay the school and they send them to us because I suppose in a class of 25 to 30 some kids drown, they can't cope and they need more, so they come to us. It's more relaxed. They don't have a uniform. We have rules, there are rules and restrictions. The classes are smaller, so you have a 25-30 class in a mainstream school. My biggest class has got 18, but generally my class is about 12, some 8s, and some a bit less, but not many less than 8, because when I first came though, my classes were like 4 or 6 people, and it's just being able to give them more attention to help them, and I do think that has a big effect on their learning. I think the classroom size is something they're looking at because they have grown so much and quickly. We are getting bigger numbers in our classes, but we'll never go up past 20. The support's there so we might increase support, or I know they're thinking about maybe having more in. So that obviously now I was the only teacher of English, now there's like 3 teachers. So, and I was the early citizenship teacher, now there's 2 teachers of that. So more teachers so we can have more classes going on at the same time. Or there is another thing that Terry would tell you himself, that they're thinking of like saying no because it's gone quite big, and keeping the quality rather than quantity. And that's obviously a business decision, because you think, well, do we grow and grow, and obviously it's good for them, the company, or do we keep this as we started it out meant to be, so that the learners get that benefit of having smaller classes and more attention.